Hi everybody, today I will show you how to convert anything into Elementor slider. So let's just begin. Alright, to convert anything into Elementor slider, first of all we need to install a plugin here. So for that we need to go inside add new plugin, and here we have to search for Cena. So here you can see here at the top of the search we have Cena Extension for Elementor. So we have to install this. Now we have to click on activate here. And here you'll be able to see the settings. So on settings, we don't actually have to do anything here. And you can also explore the widgets here if you wanted to. So these are the widgets that we're gonna have in Cena Extension. Alright, that we can use in Elementor. And after that, we also have extenders. Okay, so we are not using any extenders here. So we're gonna go inside the widget. Perfect. So in here, we actually have to enable the sliders. Okay, so here we actually need to enable Cena content slider because that is what we're gonna use. And after that, you can also see we also have the other kind of sliders as well, but we only need Cena content slider. And after that, we also have these pro widgets as well. So if you want to enable them, you can simply enable them from here. And after that, we have the WooCommerce widget. So if you want to enable them, you can also enable that from here. Okay. So right now what I need to do, I actually have to create a template in Elementor. So let's click on templates here. What I actually need to do, I actually have to click on add new template. And this would be a page or maybe a section or something like this. I'm going to go here with a container. Okay. And let's say this will be a card. So let's click on create template. So in here, what we have to do, we're going to have a single column structure, and I would need to create the card here. So first of all, let's just add the background color here, and which will be the white background color. And now what I have to do, I'm going to go inside the add element. I would need to add the image here. And after the image, I actually need to add the heading. So we're going to simply drag and drop the heading here. And after that, we can add another heading, and we can also add the text editor as well, or the paragraph, whatever you prefer to use here. And after that, we're gonna add the button, which will be a kind of call to action button. Perfect. Now the first thing that I have to do is I have to put the button into the center. Similarly, I need to put the text into the center and also our paragraph here. Perfect. Now what we have to do, I'm gonna add the image here. So let's click on choose image, and from here we can actually get any image here. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna go here with this image, or we can go here with this one. So let's click on select, and actually I would decrease the width of the image here. Okay, so I'm gonna actually decrease the width here, maybe to this amount, to the 50%. We can go here the 50% width. Okay, so I have to do one thing here. I'm going to click on our main container, and I will actually change the direction of it. And now what I have to do, I would actually need to have one more container. So let's just add one more container here. And now I need to put my content inside this container. Okay. So let's have the heading here. Let's just have the text editor here. And now let's just have the button here. Alright, so as you can see here that on our main container, we are having the horizontal direction, and on our this container on which we have our content, we are actually having the vertical direction. Okay, so I actually need to duplicate this. Okay, so since we'll be using this card on the slider, so I actually have to check how this is going to look on the slider thing. So for that, I will need to duplicate this. Let's just duplicate this again, and let's just duplicate this again. Perfect. And I can actually delete the background color from our main container. Okay, so let's just delete this from here. Now what we have to do, I think I would actually need to change the image size to the 100%. So let's just change this to the 100%. Similar for the second one, also for the third one, and also for the last one. So this is how our single card will be looking on our slider. So now what I have to do, I'm going to actually change the font size here of my heading. So let's just go here with, let's say 20px or maybe 30. So I'm going to go here with the 20. This is looking fine. And let's just add the title here. That will be card, let's say, card title. And after that, in our paragraph, we're gonna have the description. Okay, so we have this kind of description here, and after that, we have the button. So this can be any kind of call to action. So I'm gonna simply write down call to action here. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to work on the spacing here. Okay, so I will actually go inside the advanced setting of my button. Okay, so here I'm going to actually add the margin, a negative margin from the top side. So this will be minus maybe 20. Yeah, I think we can go here with the 20 or maybe with 30. So let's just settle for 25. This is looking good. And I also need to change the font size of my heading here. So let's just change this to, let's say, 30. Yeah, now this is looking good. And we can also change the font size of our paragraph. So let's just change this to the 20, or we can go here, let's say with 17 here as well. Okay. And now what I have to do, I actually want to add the background color to my card. So this will be the white color. So we're going to go here with the white color. And now what we have to do, we have to add the border radius here. So we're going to add the border radius to this. So this will be, let's say, 20 px. And we can also add the box shadow if you want to do, but I'm going to skip this. Okay. So here I'm going to go here with none. Perfect. Now you will be able to see the border radius here on our card. Okay. So now obviously we will need to delete these values here because we don't need this now. So let's delete the second value. Now let's just delete this value as well. Perfect. Now what we have to do, we have to add some space here, I guess, from the bottom side on the card. So now let's go down into the padding here. We're going to add some padding from the bottom side. So we're going to go here with, let's say, 30 px or 20 px. This is looking fine. And now what else we need to do, we're going to go inside the image again. And in the image, what we can do here, we can add the border radius as well. We're going to add 20 px here as well. Okay. And now this is looking fine. So this would be our template here. So now what we have to do, we can do one thing here on our button, that it should occupy all the space, or we can stretch this out if we wanted to. So for that, we might need to go inside the stretch here. So we can go here with this one. So let's give it a try on this one. So let's click on publish. And now I'm going to open up my website on the new page because I might need this later. So I'm going to simply open this on a new page. Perfect. So now what we have to do, we're going to simply go inside the pages and click on the all pages, or we can create a new page here. So let's create a new page. We're going to give it a name as slide anything. So now let's click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so as you can see here that we have created our card here, and this is the template. This is the Elementor template that we're going to use inside our slider. Okay, so now what I have to do, I'm going to simply write down slider here, and here you can see here that we have the Cena sliders. So we have the Cena banner slider, so we have Cena brand carousel, and then we have Cena content slider. So we actually have to use this one, content slider. So we're gonna simply add this, and it will come up with its default value here, and it has the slider settings here. So we're gonna simply go into that. So we can actually show here the 3 items, 4 items, whatever number you want to go here. So I think I'm going to go here with the 4 items for right now. And we have the option to autoplay. So if you don't want to have the autoplay, you can simply disable this. And if you want to pause this on the hover, you can simply enable this from here, and it is already enabled. And after that, we have mouse track, we have touch track, and then we have infinity loop, and then we have center, then we have dots. And after that, we have navigation and delays and speed. So the first thing that I have to do here is to go inside slider content, and I'm going to delete all of these values. But on the first one, I would actually want to go here with the save template. So I'm going to simply enable this, and from here I would actually change the template here. So I would actually select the template here that we have created, which is card. So we have created the card here, as you can see here. Now you're going to simply use this here. Okay, and now what we have to do here, we simply have to duplicate this. So I'm going to duplicate this for the 4th time. Okay, so now what we have to do, we actually have to change the width here. So this is going to be the full width. And now we're going to go inside the Cena content slider. And now we're going to go inside the style. And now we have to change the height here. Okay, so we're going to actually go here, let's say with 450 px. or maybe less than that. So we can go here with the 440 px. Okay. And in the similar way, you can change the background color if you wanted to. You can add the border type, and after that you also have the radius here, and then we have the title, and then we have the subtitle, and then we have the description, and then we have the name and the dots. Okay. And what we need to do here, okay, so now I'm going to go inside the content here and go inside the slider settings, and I want to change this to the 3 items. Okay. And here you can also see that we are having these dots and we are also having these arrows here. So now what I have to do, I also have to change the height here. So we're going to go inside the style again, and we're going to change the height here. And now this is looking good. Okay. And one thing that you can see here, that we are having a little space onto the bottom side of our card, and also a little space at the top. So we can add some space here as well. So for that, we're going to go inside the card again, and we're going to add some space here. So let's just add some space into the button from the bottom side. So this is going to be, let's say, maybe 60 px from the bottom side. And we're going to also add some padding onto our image as well. So I'm going to add, let's say, 20 px, or we can go here with 30 px or 40 px. So I'm going to go here with 20 px. That will look good. So now let's just publish this. Alright, so now we also have to publish this because we have to refresh the page here. So we're going to simply click on refresh. And now you will be able to see some space here. Okay, so we have this navigator, we have these dots. So let's say that if you don't want to have these dots, you can simply disable it from here. And similarly, if you don't want to have these navigations or the arrows, you can simply disable it from here. And now you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to add some space bottom side here. So this is going to be, let's say, 30 or 40. We're going to go here the 60 px, and also the 60 px to the top, or maybe with the 40. Okay, so we can go here with 30 here as well. So now let's just publish this again. And now what we have to do, we have to click on preview changes. Alright, so now I think I will need to go back and change the height here. So this is going to be, let's say, we're going to change the height here. So let's increase the height to the 600 or maybe 630 or something like this. So now let's just publish this again. And now you'll be able to see our cards here, and it is also sliding as well, if you can see here. So for that, we will need to wait for a seconds. Alright, so as you can see here that we have created our slider with the help of our card Elementor template. So basically you can slide anything with the help of Elementor template and Cena Extension for Elementor. Alright, so this is all for this video. If you really find this useful, hit the like button and subscribe the channel.